During my childhood, I often found myself home alone due to the fact that my mother was a single parent for a significant part of my upbringing. She worked irregular hours as a nurse, and my brother had left for college. This particular incident occurred on a weekend night when my mom was working the overnight shift. That night, I had invited a friend named Emily over. We spent some time watching movies, but she had to leave early because her parents didn't approve of her being out late. Left alone, I continued watching TV in my upstairs bedroom, which overlooked the backyard. As I was engrossed in the show, I heard a distinct sound of someone dragging a chair on the deck outside. Alarmed, I glanced out the window and saw a figure sitting on one of the deck chairs below. Initially thinking it was Emily, I called her name, but to my surprise, the person looked up, and it wasn't her. Concerned and frightened, I texted my friends on our group chat to see if they were playing a prank on me. The responses denied any involvement, leaving me even more uneasy. Though scared, I mustered the courage to look out the window again, only to find the mysterious person still sitting in the chair, gazing up at my window. Terrified, I turned off the TV, sat on my bed in a defensive position, and waited in darkness. I refrained from using my phone, fearing the light might attract attention. I hoped the intruder would assume I had left the room. After a tense 5 minutes, I cautiously approached the window again. To my dismay, the person was still there, staring up. Trying to be brave, I asked, "What do you want?" His shoulders began to shake as if he were laughing hysterically, though no audible laughter reached my ears. Instead, I heard a faint whistling sound, as if he were wheezing. Disturbed, I asked him to leave and retreated from the window. Fearful to call the police, I sat at the top of the stairway, listening. The back door was being pushed, indicating his attempt to enter the house. Panicking, I rushed back to my room, unsure of what to do. Eventually, I heard the front door being tampered with as well. Fortunately, the intruder gave up, sparing me from further danger. I closed my bedroom window and curtains, realizing that if our doors weren't locked, the situation could have taken a deadly turn. That night, I remained in my room until my mother returned around 9. When I recounted the incident to her, she expressed anger at me for not calling 911, a decision I now regret deeply as I reflect on the choices I made at a young age. In a quaint 2-story residence that I share with my sibling, the dynamic involves a distinct mother-daughter living arrangement, complete with 2 kitchens. My sister predominantly occupies the lower level, while I claim the upper floor as my own. Given her frequent stays at her boyfriend's place, my sister isn't home much. Despite being a 30-year-old, there are moments when the solitude of being alone at home unsettles me. This particular incident occurred during one such night when I found myself alone in the living room, engrossed in a chilling movie. The open layout of my living space, encompassing the living room, dining area, and kitchen, positioned my couch at the center. Watching the scary film with my back to a considerable portion of the room, I couldn't help but feel a tad uneasy. The darkness was only punctuated by the glow of the TV. As the movie concluded, I followed my nightly routine, brushing my teeth and extinguishing all lights before heading to bed. Approximately 2 hours into my sleep, I abruptly woke up around 1 a.m., initially unsure of the cause. Then, a voice echoed from downstairs, unmistakably resembling my sister's. It seemed as if she were inside the house. She wasn't calling for me to open the door, but her voice was distinct. In my groggy state, my first thought was that she might be calling out to me or having a heated discussion with her boyfriend. Ignoring the confusion, I got out of bed and traversed the pitch-black hallway, turning on the lights as I went. my sister's voice persisted from downstairs, now uttering my name. Descending in the darkness, I responded to her, inquiring about the matter. Struggling to find the light switch in the foyer, my grogginess was apparent. I proceeded down a narrow hallway toward her kitchen, desperately searching for a switch. When I finally illuminated the kitchen, I observed her modest apartment, including the living room. Despite the initial dimness of the light, it was evident that no one was present, neither my sister nor her boyfriend. I even checked her bedroom, but it was vacant. A loud call of her name echoed through the stillness, but there was no response. Moments later, a mysterious sound emanated from her bedroom. The same room I had just confirmed was empty. Retreating upstairs like a frightened child, I returned to my bed where my phone lay. Attempting to contact my sister multiple times, I received no response. Locked in my room, I questioned if I had hallucinated the entire experience. Eventually, fatigue overcame me, and I drifted into slumber. In the morning, I awoke to a text from my sister, questioning why I had called her at 1 a.m. Perplexed, I inquired if she had returned home the previous night. To my surprise, she revealed that she had spent the night at her boyfriend's place. Investigating her bedroom, I found no fallen objects on the floor. The eerie possibility that I had hallucinated the entire episode lingered, unsettling me deeply. I had never experienced such vivid hallucinations before,